Whether you're coming to Paris during the Olympics or anytime after, you're going to notice that the crowds of tourists tend to focus on a few areas and travel in really particular corridors across the city. It's not hard to get away from them, but today I thought I would show you a couple of tricks to it and take you on what I would consider to be one of my favorite ways to do the city. Spend a little bit of time on the Canal. Did you even know there was a canal in Paris? I'm Jay Swanson. I've lived here for almost a decade, and this is how I would spend a day in Paris, away from the crowds, with my friends. This is Paris in My Pocket's guide to staying away from the crowds. Let's get out of here and head straight to the canal. All right, the canal is where we're going to be spending our time today, but there's not like a canal metro stop. Where should you start? We're starting in République. République is the landmark that's going to be the easiest to find for most people. It's a very large square. It's where a lot of the protests start, and often there are concerts and other things going on here. This place is really, really important to modern French history. It is also smack dab in the middle of some of my favorite things in the city. Whether we go south into the 3rd or north into the 10th or over to the 11th to the east of us, we are surrounded by delicious food, great coffee. You'll be hard pressed to find a better starting point if you're not familiar with the city. And then use my guide over at parismypocket.com with the interactive map feature to geolocate yourself and see where the best delicious thing that you're looking for happens to be. But for now, let's get over to the canal. All right, now that we've got that settled, Canal Saint-Martin was originally ordered by Napoleon Bonaparte, Napoleon I, as a way of getting fresh drinking water in from the Ourcq, which is a river to the northeast of Paris. Basically, dysentery, among other things, was a big problem back in the day. And this is a way of getting more water into the city as the population grew. But it took a number of different attempts to get it to where it is today. It was developed under everyone from Louis XVIII all the way to Haussmann with his project of renovating the city under Napoleon III, Napoleon Bonaparte's nephew. And honestly, this area used to be super sketchy. Like when I first moved here, 12 years ago, people talked about the canal like it was an area to maybe avoid. It was up and coming, but not quite there yet. Now it's there. Today it's a really safe, fun, young, vibey place. This is where I like to spend so much time with friends and have for years, and it blows my mind that there are even Parisians that don't know that the canal is where it's at, that don't want to come this far, or that still think it's a sketchy place. Which, to be honest, the longer we keep the secret, the better. I guess I'm not helping keep that secret today. While the canal did used to be home to some levels of trade, that has trickled to pretty much a standstill, and they almost paved it over to make a highway, like in the 60s or the 70s. Thankfully, in the end, it has been maintained as it is. You can always enjoy the canal the cheap and easy way, of course, by crossing over the pedestrian bridges that also double as wonderful photo ops, both as backgrounds and as locations to take a shot of yourself. However, there is a paid way to do it. You can actually take a very, very slow boat ride all the way up it if you would like to, starting either in the Bassin de l'Arsenal, right by the Seine, or up in Bassin de la Villette, the end basically of the canal as far as Paris is concerned. It's how you get to experience the locks firsthand, the locks being effectively the boat elevators that take you all the way up through the 9 sections of the canal. It's a really fun way to go if you've seen a lot of Paris before and you'd like to try something new, and you also have a group of friends, and those friends also know how to sneak booze onto a boat tour. If you have that combination together, it's highly recommended. I think it's a really fun thing to do, at least once in your life. But today we don't need to bring our own booze because we're going to be walking alongside the canal. Let's start with coffee. I'll take you to lunch. We'll do a little bit of shopping. 10 bells, a classic go-to on the canal and in 2 other locations in Paris that are also really worth a visit. Coop, you want to come up here? To be totally honest, I've featured 10 bells a lot lately, so I was not planning on coming here, but I have 2 new coffee shops in my guide, a stone's throw away from here, one of which has blown my mind, and unfortunately, they're both closed, and I'm on a very tight deadline, and I still need coffee. And thankfully, 10 bells has some cold brew, which is good because it is hot out. I keep filming these videos on the one hot day in like the entire month apparently. But we've got cold brew. They also have their own bakery over in the 11th, so all of their baked goods are their own, and they are very good. They supply bread to a lot of restaurants around the city. Their coffee is coffee that they roast themselves. This location happens to have an upstairs and a fair amount of seating, but the real trick is to get away from here and to walk back down towards the canal, sit there, people watch, and enjoy your coffee from the comfort of some brand new wooden benches. These wood benches are new additions as of just, I think, like a month or 2 ago. They're built on this metal rail where everybody's gonna sit anyways, and it just makes this way more comfortable to sit, have a drink of coffee or wine, which we might do later while people watching on the canal. But before we get to the wine, we've gotta have lunch. I also had a really hard time picking lunch today because there's so much good food around here that I love. But I've got one that I've been craving for a while. You've seen it in a video before as well, but can't help myself. It's such a good time. Let's go to Panda Panda. Not only are these bridges wildly photogenic and give you a really nice view of the canal, but they also happen to be, well, two of them happen to be overturning car bridges. So if you time it just right, when there's a boat coming up the canal, you'll actually get to see the whole bridge turn, all of traffic stops, and the boat go through and into the lock, which is a really fun experience, especially if you've never seen it before. I know it sounds kind of basic, but honestly, it's just kind of nice to stand and watch. The canal is also famous for and home to a lot of great street art, which brings us to Roots. Roots is an app that's trying to bring something to life that a lot of people have talked about for years, but nobody has effectively done, which is to create audio walking tours of the city, but geolocalized so that it can modify based on the route you take if you happen to run into construction, or you get lost going around one corner and have to get directed back to where you want to go. They asked me to make one, and I decided to make one about Space Invader around the canal. But because this app is so new and they're just getting it off the ground, I told them that I wouldn't accept a sponsorship for it. It's very interesting. I was curious to try it. But since it costs $10 to get the tour, and they will split that revenue with me, in order to incentivize people to give it a try and test it and see how it works and if they like it, they're offering my audience exclusively 2 volleyball tickets to the match on August 4th here during the Olympics at 9 p.m. So if you're in town during the Olympics or anytime leading up to it and you want to try the app, take my tour, you'll be automatically entered to win those tickets, and then we'll let you know who wins by, I would guess, August 3rd at the latest. We'll check the description for the official date. We'll make that official by the time this goes live. So if you're interested in doing a Space Invader tour around the canal with my voice in your ears and then hopefully giving a little bit of feedback to let them know how it does, in exchange for the chance of getting some volleyball tickets, beach volleyball tickets with the great view of the Eiffel Tower, go download Roots right now, use the link below, and yeah, give my tour a try. Panda Panda, the restaurant's so nice they named it twice. This is one of my favorite Chinese restaurants in the city. I will say that I have found one that I like even better than this, that has never been in a video of mine before, but is in my guide now. But you know, we'll get to that another time. In the meantime, Panda Panda is a great spot. I really very highly recommend you get the popcorn chicken, especially the share among friends. The hammered cucumbers, were they hammered, smashed? The hammered, smashed, whatever, the smashed cucumbers, really good, spicy. And then if you're looking for a noodle dish, or maybe you're looking to get something a little bit more like the bao, you're not gonna go wrong with Panda Panda. Their in-house cocktails are also very nice, and a lot of non-alcoholic options, but they've also got some delicious summery beer out for us today. All around, really good. Just a little bit off the canal, but worth the extra 5-minute walk up here any time of the day. Any time of the day? Anytime. Any time of the week. One of my absolute favorite things to do in Paris is to go to Artazart. Artazart is a phenomenal bookstore. It's like a visual arts, design, graphics bookstore that also has a really fun children's section along with some prints that are gonna guarantee that you get a souvenir of Paris that nobody's gonna find hanging out down on the Seine. I don't only love this place for the beautiful graphics, the kids' books that I get for my nephews whenever I'm here, but also the inspiration artistically, professionally, for the soul. This is just one of those places that as you walk through, you find something that's really funny, you find something that's really beautiful, you find something that makes you think of a time long past that maybe you could recapture a little bit if only you got your camera back out of storage. I've been coming to Artazart for a very long time. It's been a top recommendation of mine for even longer. And I would argue that if you're up on the canal and you miss out on this bookstore, you have missed out on one of Paris's greatest gems. It's hard to miss because it's bright orange and it's right on the canal. And there is a bonus, real Space Invader inside, one of the rare indoor Space Invaders, which I'll give the exact location of it away in my tour that I make for Roots, if you happen to grab that. But in this video, I'll give you a little bit of a hint because they put up a little bit of a book display dedicated to Invader below it. Come grab a book, grab a unique souvenir, grab a present for your friends and family back home. Artazart. I love this place.
All right, cheers. Cheers, man. Yeah, that was great.
Good walk. Chez Prune is a really great divey local bar where you can get a drink. Their brunches on Sundays are actually pretty interesting, and I have some friends that are going to kill me for highlighting this in this video, but those are the same friends that are going to kill me for highlighting everything that I've highlighted in this video. This is where we really like to come and just have a drink with friends. It's really well located right by the canal. The people watching is almost unbeatable as the terrace wraps around the outside. And honestly, it's just a great spot to chill, have a beer, and just not worry about things. They do only have one toilet, and it is gross, so watch out for that. But otherwise, It's hard to do wrong coming to Chez Prune. There are so many other options, however, around here that I love. If a dive bar is not your thing, don't worry. I have wine bars, I've got craft beer, I've got cocktail bars, all within a 10-minute walk of here in my guide at parisinmypocket.com. Go grab that right now and make sure that by August 3rd, if you're watching it now, to go grab Roots, use my code below to sign up because it's by invite only. And once you're in, if you take my tour up here on the canal and you grab a bunch of invaders, which is what I just did with Anthony right now, he's very happy. Are you happy with the tour, Anthony?
Very happy.
We got him over 20 invaders in about 45 minutes and now we're cooling down with a beer. Go check out Roots, link below. You can win 2 tickets to the beach volleyball on August 4th here in the Paris Olympics. Thanks for watching and bottoms up.
Cheers, man.